certified public accountant, financial literacy trainer, as well as an advisor, and a trainer of entrepreneurs with over 10 years of experience in private and public sectors, both locally and abroad. Now, Simon, we were talking about scams. You said you talked about crypto, right? How else have people been scammed according to you? And you should be like, you know what, you need to watch out for that.
Yes, crypto is one area, because if you don't understand an investment, however sweet it sounds, please don't. Look for information, look for an expert in that area, and once of it, if it's not regulated by the government agents like the Capital Market Authority, run away very fast. The other area that is becoming of concern is Forex. I know the banks and other institutions have expertise in doing foreign exchange, adding value for people, and they make their profit. And people are running these queues. Again, if you are not very good at it, in fact, you remind me, my brother's son, the other day called his father, and he's telling his father he's got some school to go to attend to in Uganda. They are doing some. You're asking for 70,000 to go to Uganda to do
Uganda here.
Yeah. Hey. And then his father, who is my good friend, comes to me and he says, "This is the challenge I'm facing." He didn't ask for money, but I just understood that he wanted some support. I said, "Wait a minute. What are you talking about?" I called the son when he was with him. And he told me the story that he's being asked to pay 70,000 for training on crypto, on the Forex.
Okay.
You know what? I was able to intervene and save the family 70,000. I've also got a friend of mine, I will not mention the name here, who has been going through difficult moments because of trying to, and this is what I said before, financial literacy is not there, and people now, this attitude of getting
rich quick
became a victim and then lost money. They're struggling to survive. But the good thing is that at the end of the day, people run from the experiences. But I hate to run from experiences, especially if the running is negative. The experience was negative. Yeah. There are other ways, like, for example, when you are sitting there with your phone, just find a message comes. Somebody tells you that I'm so and so. I'm in school with your son. And amemvunjika mkono or something, send money to this number. And then you all of a sudden, you send the money. Only when you call later, you don't get that person. The other thing we are getting recently, those people who are renting houses, you get a message saying the rent this month, you are paying to this number. They give a number there and a till number. And then they tell you pay by the deadline. And then if you are not careful, you might just pay if you have not paid.
Yeah.
So what happens? You lose your money. And many other. Another form of scamming is also in the relationships. When you've got your spouse and you are doing financial infidelity, I think it's also part of scamming because if you go and do certain things with the money when the spouse is not aware and it's supposed to be family income, then it's also a form of scamming from one hand. And many others. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about trusts. Let's talk about retirement plans, and let's talk about wills.
Good subject. I love that subject.
Yes. How do you handle a will, especially financially, with financial literacy? How do you handle a will? What methods can we use to just ensure that when somebody passes, that the rest of the kin are taken care of?
Good. And Diana, the subject you're talking to is actually called estate planning, which is a vast subject. And because what you do is that one of the things I really aspire to do in financial literacy and support is to help people to be able to plan. Then that way you have a clear horizon about the assets and liabilities that you have. In the book, you come across what you're calling statement of net worth. Sometimes when you hear people in parliament being interviewed and they talk about their net worth, I really wonder how they arrive at that. Granted, the thing is, people must be able to know what they own in life. This is what you are calling estate. Now, how do you plan this so that when you arrive and when you are not there, then there are no issues? There are many tools that are being used to do that. But even before you go to the tools, there is what we call intestacy. if you have not done a will, the lawyers will tell you die intestate.
Okay. Okay.
That you have not left any documentation. Now, what happens as a situation? A family members go to the court and prosecute the death of the head of the family or whoever it is.
Yes.
And then the court appoint an administrator. This is the person who now goes to make decisions on the estate. Since you are no longer there, you are gone. Can you imagine you've been working, struggling all your life,
Yes.
and somebody else is now the one who is coming to make a decision about you? And that notwithstanding, when the matter goes to the court, you might get other predators coming to claim what you left behind. So that's a danger of staying without at least a will. But also then when you go to the will, it's good because what you do is that you say this is what I have, and this is how I want it to be distributed when I'm not there. So will takes effect when you are not there. But one thing you do in the will, you appoint an executor.
Okay.
This is the person who takes the duty of administering your estate. And then one of the duty of this executor is to prosecute the will in the court. Again, why? Because anybody who has a claim can lay it before the court.
Okay.
And it now goes what we call the probate process.
Yes.
Now, in that process of probate, now this thing no longer remain private. It becomes public document.
Yes.
That's why you hear some cases, we can even mention them here, but I will not do that. But in public domain, big families, etc.
Yeah, true.
People are fighting for their property.
No property.
Even if there was a will. Now you discover that one of the best, and is coming up very strongly, tool for estate planning is a trust. Because in a trust, what you do, the person who creates the trust is called a settler. Okay. Let's say it's Diana, you are the settler. You have assets that you want to secure for your loved ones and your cause in life. You transfer them to a party called trustee. So the trustee is the one who is going to be in charge of your property. And unlike the will, this time when you see your life, you also get to see what's happening with
the money.
And for your information, you also become a court trustee.
Yes.
Oh.
And why do you give the trustee to oversee this asset on behalf of another person called beneficiary? The third party. This beneficiary can be your loved ones, your children, your spouse, your family member, or even an institution like a foundation that you want to leave behind. Now, the good thing with the trust is that once you make those decisions, it is not required to go to the court, and your affairs will remain confident.
Okay.
It's very good for people who want to run their affair and smoothly and quietly. But also, the good thing with the trust, unlike the will, in the will you say, I've given you Diana and
Abstrakt.
Abstrakt. 5 acres, 10 acres.
Yes, thank you.
And then
probate over here. Yes.
and then when I'm not there, he sells and you sell yours.
Yes.
I hear of families that were even given property through the will, but now they live under the bridge because now the land that they had, they sold all of it.
Financial management was not
and the love of the money now became the problem. But with a trust, you can be able to preserve wealth for generations. When you hear about generational wealth, it comes because what you do is you say, yes, this will go to such and such a person in my lineage, but they use it for this period of time to do this and that. After that, then they so. For example, let's say, Diana, I've given this business to you. The profit will be coming to you for your education up to masters.
Yes.
But once you attain the masters,
you're done.
You are done.
Okay.
Maybe if you are working, you are not working, you can take a little bit, a lower percentage. And why am I doing that? Because now the next thing I'm going to give in the trustee as an instruction is once you have children, for example, then they should want to benefit from that where you have stopped. So now that's why you hear about generational income, because people continue to bequeath your generations that are not even born.
Right.
Of course, when you are doing that, also be careful. Don't create restrictions, like telling people that they have to marry so that they can use your assets.
Okay. I hate to create restrictions right now, but we need to wrap up because we're about to get to the top of the hour. Where can somebody find your book real quick, and what is your final message?
Okay, the book is available Rockery here in Nuria Bookshop. You can get it from Amazon. You can also get it from my website. And my closing remarks is, have an income.
Yes.
Plan and budget for it, and build your wealth quietly over time. Don't
Quietly.
rush. Quietly, I mean, don't quickly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. We truly appreciate you, Simon, for coming through. Next Abstrakt, you've got something else to say?
I've learned enough. I'm going to be reading. I've grabbed the book myself. I'm going to be going through it, and I hope you are going to be doing it again. Financial literacy is the way to go.
And it's very important. And make sure you interact with Simon when he's out of office. Where can we find you on social media, basically?
Social media, I'm available in LinkedIn, Facebook. And also, you can, I don't know the phone number is social media.
Well, the phone number, real quick before the hour goes.
0117 575648.
All right. Thank you so much for the book. Thank you so much for coming through. We really appreciate you. Until next time, let's get back into the music.
Old school.